Hello there everyone, my name is Zack Kouns, and I'm crouching in an overgrown field in rural Appalachia to introduce to you one of my very favorite plants, Yarrow. In the Iliad, the centaur Charon introduced Yarrow to Achilles to heal his wounded soldiers. And Yarrow is excellent for that in that it's both a vulnerary and a styptic. Vulnerary plants cause wounds to heal, and styptic is a way to stop blood from flowing. So it's a remarkable plant to both cauterize a wound and to begin to heal it. The stalk is woody, the leaves are fern-like and feathery, and the white flowers have 5 individual petals. You'll see it begin to emerge in early spring, and can find it throughout the entirety of the spring season. It prefers full sun, so an overgrown meadow with a well-drained soil is an excellent place to look for it. Aside from its extensive medicinal use, it also has a far-reaching history of lore in both the Western and Eastern world. So among other things, the stalk is used to cast lots in the I Ching. Yarrow is also used in a number of different love rituals in medieval Europe. One of the most striking is using all of the aerial parts of the plant, so that's all of the parts of the plant that are above ground, and placing them in your pillow at night, and as the night wears on and the plant releases its smoky, acrid scent, it's said that you'll be given a dream where you see the face of your true beloved. There are a number of different ways that I use yarrow, both edibly and medicinally. I like the young greens in early spring. It adds some brightness and bitterness and intense flavor to a salad. I also like to use the stalks when I'm baking potatoes or any kind of root vegetable. It lends it a really interesting aromatic flavor. Medicinally, I'm going to show you how to prepare a tincture today, and I'm also going to demonstrate basically the way that I dry the herb so that I can work with it all year round. So yarrow is relatively easy to strip. Basically, you take your thumb and your forefinger, you run it down the stem, and voila. I use the green, the leaves, and the flowers more or less interchangeably, and I'll save the stalks for different types of cooking projects. So it's easy if you don't put too much pressure and you go slowly just to strip it all the way down to the base, starting at the top near the flower, and then taking the flower off. So I'm using a commercial food dehydrator. You can just as easily bundle it up and hang it up, and let the sun do the job for you. You can put it in the back of your car seat on aluminum foil, and there are a number of different methods you can use. I use the food dehydrator because I have one, and it's a lot faster than waiting on the sun to do the work. This will draw all the water out of it. So when we draw all the water out of something, we make it such that it can last a very, very, very long time. So I could be potentially working with this yarrow past this year and into the next, and even into the next, and if I dry it well enough, for a very long time. Another really effective way to make medicine with yarrow that can last a very, very long time, at least 7 years, perhaps longer, is to make a tincture out of it. So making a tincture is a simple process, but it teaches us patience. It teaches us how medicine can be made, and made in a way that is very powerful. A tincture is a plant, a solvent being, generally speaking, being alcohol, generally being vodka. Most people use vodka. You can use other forms of alcohol. You want to use, I try to use 100 proof because it makes it so that mold doesn't develop. It just increases the shelf life. So this is a pint jar, so I'm trying to get to 8 ounces of tamped down herb, and I'm slowly making it there. So as I get that, and then ultimately I'm going to cover it with this 100 proof vodka, and I'm going to store it away in a place where the sun doesn't affect it. And this plus time is a tincture. How much time? I let mine go for about 6 weeks. I think that's the general recommended amount. Anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks at any rate. I let mine go for 6 weeks. At the end of 6 weeks, I'm going to strain the plant matter out of it, transfer it to a clean jar, and then possibly to the amber bottles, and use it whenever it's called for. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you've learned something today, all I ask is that you don't keep it to yourself. This is information that is part of a vital living tradition that spans thousands of years, and this information is being wholesale lost. So it's important for all of us to be open circuits. If we learn something, it becomes incumbent upon us to pass it on. So if you learned something today, share it with your co-workers, share it with your partners, share it with your mothers or fathers, share it with your friends, and most importantly, share it with your children.